Welcome everyone to TruthDeficit.com. Today we're going to talk about the Agenda 21 crowd and the UN and all the environmental wackos. They are now going to start using the term Future Earth, and an organization they've developed. The Agenda 21. That whole thing has now become kind of mainstream, and people are starting to figure out what that means and what it's all about. It's all about global control, of course. And so this article comes to us from OccupyCorporatism.com. Susan Paulso, she wrote a great article here talking about how climate change was created by the Club of Rome, and we have a new 10-year initiative that is going to be called Future Earth, all about global sustainability in the coming decades. And since phrases like Agenda 21 and sustainable development are becoming more mainstream, we had to come up with something new. And the new buzzwords, Future Earth, seem harmless enough. And that's exactly right. Everything seems like it's harmless and it's for the children and save the world. Until you start looking into it, then you see that it's really all about control. So, you can look through this article, and this is just a propaganda video from the Future Earth people and how great it's going to be and what we're going to do. In March of this year, the Planet Under Pressure conference. Was that anything you heard about? Of course not, because the mainstream media doesn't cover these conferences and these meetings where your your lives they figure out how they're going to control the world, basically. And it sounds nefarious when you say it like that, but that's really what it is. And they make these decisions, and here's some of the sponsors, supporters, um, usual suspects, of course. So at that conference, they came up with a document that they printed, the State of the Planet Declaration. We'll look at that here in a second. Future Earth also collaborates with the Alliance for Global Sustainability. That's just another organization, of course, you never heard of that, and all these organizations we never hear of, but they're the ones creating the laws and the codes at the local level. That's how Agenda 21 is implemented, is at the local level, but all the codes and all the laws and stuff, this is where it comes from. Another propaganda video. So let's go here. Club of Rome, you can go see their website. It's all about the planet's full, we'll run out of space, humans suck, we're destroying civilization. You can check them out. I mean, they straight up say in their writings, humans are the enemy. Here's the International Council for Science. They're the ones kind of sponsoring this Future Earth thing. And you can read all about them and what they're about. And then the Future Earth has their own blog right here. You can read about and all their propaganda here. And then here's the Planet Under Pressure conference. All their info. You just read through here. Basically, it all comes down to here's our plan for control. That's what it's all about. Here's the document they came up with that the State of the Planet Declaration. So what you really need to know down here at the bottom. Let me get there. Down here at the bottom. The United Nations Conference is an opportunity the world must seize. Provide a strong framework, sustainable future. The findings of the conference support the key recommendations. So keep that in mind. Here's what we want to do. Here's what we ought to do. Number one, this is it right here. Fundamental reorientation and restructuring of national and international institutions. What does that mean? That's code for breaking down national and state barriers and just becoming policy at the global level. So, global governance, again, that's what it's all about. Getting past your state laws, your national laws, and nationalism, and just having a global government that's going to tell you how it's going to be. What's this over here? The Global Sustainability, the Alliance for Global Sustainability. This is their website. You can get on there. And then international. Okay, sorry. Let me back up here a little bit. Let me tell you what this Agenda 21. Here's a good example. right here of control. Florida makes off-grid living illegal. Homes must be connected. So this these people, this lady here in Florida, she had a home and she didn't have it connected to the water or the electric system because she was living off the grid. And then the state came in and said that's illegal. You can't do that. You have to be connected. Mandates that the homes must be connected to electricity grid and running water. And that's according to the International Property Maintenance Code. Well, what the heck is that? So let me back up. The International Code Council, ICC. So that's some UN stuff. It's codes. It's supposed to all about safety, and we're gonna do things the safe way, and everybody's gonna make things the same way, all that around the earth, and it's they claim it's all for safety, but it's just one more global governance example of control, and this is exactly what happens. So this lady was living off the grid for more than a year, minding her own business, using solar energy, rainwater, and she got cited for it. She can't because they can't control her. That's what it's all about. Over here we have this guy was collecting water on his own land, rainwater, collecting rainwater. It's illegal. Can't do that either because they can't control it. That's what it's all about, is control. So that's what this Agenda 21, this future Earth, it all sounds good, but of course that's what it's all about. So, this is the culmination of it all. How much does how much land does the federal government own? Well, you can look right here. Another post I had earlier. That's almost half of our nation is owned by the federal land, and you have some state land here, pockets here and there. And that's a big chunk of land. It looks small, but really that's huge, right? And then you go down here, it's a percentage. Well, Nevada, that's over 90%. And then if you just break it up half, 40% of the western half of the United States is owned by the feds already. And that's for control and biodiversity spheres, and that's not on here, but all those types of things. No private individual can do anything on all this land. And this is what it all comes down to. But now we're going to call it Future Earth. And it sounds so much better. Sounds so nice. It's all about control. So that's all I have for you today. I just wanted you to check that out. Show that to you. Check into it for yourselves. Don't let the propaganda get to you. You got to research this stuff because the mainstream media is not going to tell you the truth. And of course, it's all to save the earth and for the children. And it's all just about control. All right, so thanks for listening. And check truthdeficit.com for more interesting truth.